but he was not into getting filmed. Um, it's pretty color green. So anyway, what's this channel about? Uh, it's about it's about health and wellness and living. It's about hilarity and love and doing doing you. And it's also a vehicle for me to reach out to Vietnam veterans and their families, especially their children. I myself am a child of a Vietnam veteran, and I lived my whole life without having a fucking clue what that means. Um, I grew up my whole life without really understanding what my father was going through because he was super stoic. He was awesome. He was an artist. He was a creative. He was all these things. And then he gets sick, and I start learning the stories about Vietnam, and I start seeing how the VA is um, treating their our vets, and it's become a primary passion. By profession, I'm a fitness instructor, so you will also see a lot of workout videos in my feed. Um, and I've come to realize uh, can only happen when the brain's okay, man. And our communities, when we don't take care of these soldiers, these veterans, and shit, the experiences they had when they first came home. Luckily for our current soldiers, that's no longer the case. But for my father and for the guys coming back and the women and men coming back from Vietnam, that was really brutal, and they really buried a lot of shit. And we're feeling those repercussions in our country. We're not taking care of our veterans. We're not taking care of each other, and this is just a platform. Um, the veteran platform, being in Vietnam, is for me, this is self exploration too. Through this process, I've also gotten to know a lot of people with a whole bunch of other types of PTSD, and there's a common thread. So anyway, this channel is me exploring my relationship with myself, with the universe, with Vietnam specifically right now, with my father posthumously, and through the words of my father and his memoir, Rosie and Me. Rosie was his was the guy he flew with in Nam, and it's a lot of stories about them doing a lot of shit that left a lot of repercussions. And my hope, my goal, is that one personal story, um, the relaying of one personal story, and actually two, because I'm going to be sharing of myself as well, um, helps people heal. Period. Laughter helps people heal, and love helps people heal, but storytelling helps people heal. And I want to tell my story as a child of a Vietnam vet and what it's done to realize I never asked the right questions. I never even, you know, I knew he was in the war. I've heard of PTSD, and I was like, do 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 do. Yeah, my dad. I actually I don't even really know. I don't think I ever thought much about it. I was like, thank you for your service, dude. Whoop. And I had a pretty nice childhood. So anyway, this is me sharing of my father's stories because they're fucking interesting. They're fucking crazy. I can't get through this book, dude. I've had this thing for 2 years. My dad died about 2 years ago. And I've gotten, 25, 30 pages into it, and I just start bawling. Um, and anyway, I hope to reach out to other children of Vietnam vets slash veterans of war, and not just in the US, anywhere in the world, because this is a global experience. War is a global experience, and it's a global trauma. Um, just like, child sex trafficking is a global trauma. That's something I've found out about in northern Vietnam is a big problem at the border with China. Um, Also, through this experience with my father as a Vietnam vet and PTSD, I've learned about people around me having suffered rape, and or having suffered child abuse, or and the reality is that until we fucking start taking a look at trauma and telling the stories, the individual stories, so that people start to truly understand that the trauma isn't done when the and we all know this at some level, but we don't. Most of us who don't have PTSD, we don't get it. We don't understand how it works and how debilitating it is and how it affects every decision in people's lives, how it colors their universe. And we as a nation can't heal until we start taking care of each other, until we start listening to each other's stories, um, good and bad. And the thing is, we like to just listen to the good stories, or we like to demonize someone else, but we have a real hard time telling our own hard stories. So, this channel is about love, I guess, and having a good time, and also um, telling some really hard stories. So please subscribe. If you are a person who's never had, never interacted with a veteran, um, you are welcome here, because it's the people who have no idea that I really want to reach out to. If you are a child of a veteran and you've never really thought about how intense of a situation that is, or maybe you have, but you haven't shared it, um, this is also for you, because, you know, helping my father die with some dignity was rough. Fight against the VA, us kids, right? When we go to bat for our parents with the VA medical system to get covered, to get my mom, um, what do you call that? Spousal benefits, because the VA is denying that my dad's disease could have been caused by Agent Orange. Why? Because they can, and so we have to fight for that. So, blah blah blah. This channel is for any and everybody who. That's the way it's supposed to look, by the way. This like moon thing that I have going on makes me look like Little House on the Prairie. But anyway, this is for everyone who's interested in reaching out and taking care of your community. When we start taking care of Vietnam vets, we're going to be taking care of our communities, and we're going to be taking care of our nation. When we start taking care of people who have had major traumas, when we start realizing that these traumas get passed down from generation to generation. Have a view. Yep. I'm a Jersey girl in Vietnam, and I'm here to talk about my dad's memoirs and my experience and PTSD and fitness and health and wellness and love. You can't see me. And I hail from Colorado, even though I'm a Jersey girl, and all the things that go along with that. So it's a pretty open platform to say and do and experience. I think that's it. So please subscribe below. If you know of a veteran who gets online and who wants to hear stories, please send them my way. Subscribe if you're interested. And the darkness cometh. So thank you for listening, for watching, and I will be coming at you with some stories. Peace.